Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be recording again. Um, I have so much to tell you guys, but in today's video, we're going to talk about what it's like being a flight attendant and some of the things that I face being a flight attendant. So to start off with, I don't know if I want to disclose the company that I'm currently working with, but it's pretty obvious when you see my uniform. So if you follow me on social media, such as Instagram or Facebook, then you can pretty much put together like what company I work for on your own. But for right now, I work for a company that is near and dear to my heart. And I am under their regional airline. So what that means is I don't fly all over the world. I only work on one part of the region, and I fly mostly East Coast. I am currently based in Detroit, Michigan, and that was just easier for me. That's why I chose that base, because I was born and raised in Michigan. So why relocate if I don't have to, and make it a hassle for no reason. So first thing I want to start off with is the pay. Currently for the pay for my company is $18 an hour, and that only happened, so let me break it down for you. The pay is set up where you only get paid the $18 an hour when that boarding door is closed. So you don't get paid during your report time and all of that, the $18. You get paid per diem. Per diem is $1.70 an hour, and that means you're getting paid to either one, be away from your base or currently in your base. And when I say away from your base, I mean, like, for example, right now I'm currently in Kentucky and I'm getting paid $1.70 per hour, yes, to sit in my room and soon to eat my food or record this video, right? Well, when I'm in base, I also get paid $1.70 per hour, but it's taxable. So it's roughly like 61 cents that I'm getting paid to sit in the airport when I'm on airport reserve. We have airport ready reserve, which I have to sit in the airport when they call me for like 8+ hours, depending on what they need. Then I also have home reserve. So I have to stay at home from an on-call schedule, for example, from 4 a.m. to 6 p.m. And pretty much if crew scheduling calls me, I answer the phone, they tell me my report time, and you'll have about 2 hours to report, most likely. So that's pretty much the pay and what per diem is and where my base is at. Secondly, we have the schedule in reserve life. So reserve life in Detroit is really senior. So just to give you the gist of what I go through on an everyday basis, every month I get 10 days off. So for example, I'll have the 1st through the 5th on reserve. Well, the 1st through the 6th on reserve, because I normally get blocked off for 6 days on reserve. So I have the 1st of October to the 6th of October on reserve. And on reserve, I can either get home reserve or airport ready reserve. And during those 6 days, I could either be sitting because they could use me or they won't use me, who knows. And if they don't, you just simply call to be released and then you go home. And you come back again if they tell you to come back. That easy, right? Or I could get a trip. So as I said before, that Detroit is like super senior. So a lot of people don't call off because there is a lot of older women that I work with in my job at the base that I'm located at. They don't really call off for work, believe it or not. But I do get trips though, because there is cancellations, there's misconnections, people do get sick, life happens. So that's where I come into play. They'll call me up and say, hey, you've got a trip. I never really get 6-day trips. I don't think I've ever even had a 6-day trip. The most I've ever had was a 5-day, and it was a technicality because I rolled over into my day off. And it wasn't on purpose. But you also get a comp day when that happens. We'll talk about it later. But anyway, you'll get that pairing dropped to your schedule, and it pretty much tells you where you're going for the next 4 to 5 days. It's really easy and simple, and you just simply report when you're supposed to report, right? Doesn't get any more easier than that. Well, with the schedule, it does, from my experience, mind you guys, I've only been working for this company as of October 6th. It will be 5 months. Almost to my 6-month mark. I'm really excited. It's a lifestyle, I can say that, because I've never been in the position where I couldn't necessarily plan my day out because I don't know if I'm working. So that's one of my cons for me with the job is, so you all know that I have my license with cosmetology. And so I can't necessarily book out clients if by chance I could be called for the day. So if I have a home reserve day, so I'm just on call from 4 a.m. to 6 p.m., then I would potentially want to take clients during that time frame. But if they call me at 3 o'clock, it's like, oh, well, I got to cancel anybody else I have for the rest of the day. And then if I'm not prepared, then I'll have to, go ahead and start canceling out because I got to get home and get dressed and prepare myself for that trip. That's just the kind of me, because I like knowing what I'm doing. I like knowing where I'm going ahead of time. I don't really like the non-heads up. Like, I want to know. Like, that's just me being a control freak, probably. I'll get used to it eventually. Don't really have a choice, right, if I want to stay at this job. Social life and dating. So social life, to be completely honest, you deal with people all day, every day. And I feel like sometimes when I do get home from my trips, I sometimes just want like a moment to myself where I don't really want to be bothered with anyone. And it's not anything towards like my friends or my family, but think about it. If like today I worked a 12-hour day, then that doesn't include when I had to wake up to get dressed and do my makeup and then wait for the shuttle bus to pick me up from the airport, get to the hotel, take a shower, get dressed, go get food. Like, I've been up all day long now. And when I do get back home on Saturday, it's like, sorry, I just want to, I don't want to go out. I don't want to do nothing. If I go somewhere, I want to go by myself. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but if you get it, you get it. Like, I don't know. And then dating, it kind of falls into what social life. It's like, do you really have the energy or the time to? Now, don't get it twisted. I had problems dating before this job, so I can't blame it all on the job. But I'm working on that. Some things I want to work on myself, so I feel like this is the time that I should take to better myself instead of focusing on dating right now. But I can say, ladies, you do meet a lot of guys in this job, and it's pretty cool because, if I don't say so myself, I think I'm a very nice, pretty young lady. And the guys are just amazing, real nice. And then the hotels you're at and stuff, be safe. Don't be crazy now. Don't let nobody come back to my room or know the room that I'm staying in or anything like that. But there's always going to be restaurants around the hotels and stuff like that. And we grab food, or when I have long layovers and I go out and have a glass of wine or so. So it's fun meeting new people and getting to know what it's like out there in the dating life and stuff, and you make friends. So I think that's pretty cool about it, and those both tie into social life and dating and everything. And one last thing just to talk about in this video, because I didn't want to make it too long or anything, but if you guys ever want to talk about anything that I talked about in this video, feel free to DM me on Instagram, comment below, or let me know what else you want to know about this job. But I always get the question, how did you get the job? How did you get the job? Honestly, it was all based off of, oh my God. It was all based off of customer service, to be completely honest. Prior to this, I'm still a licensed cosmetologist. I worked at Apple. I have customer service experience. I like to talk, and really, that's just really what it is. I talk somebody's head off, okay? If I could, I would keep going all night and then just be blabbling about whatever. And then I'm just all around people person. I like talking to new people. I will walk in a room and not know anyone, and I will light up, okay? Oh, what's your name? Oh, I like your shoes. Oh, I like your hair, girl. Who did your makeup? Where you get that lip color from? I'm just that kind of person. So, if you're real shy and you don't like talking, then this isn't the job for you. It's just point blank, period. But this job is super easy. I feel like it doesn't get any easier than this. You have your little cons and stuff. Oh, I'm so sorry. The pay. Well, hold on. You have your cons and stuff, like the pay. I didn't mention this earlier. I totally forgot. We get paid 75 hours per month. So that's about 37 and a half hours on the first check, and then 37 and a half hours on the second check. And the second check will accumulate all of the per diem that you made for that last that last period. if that makes sense. So you got one check on the 1st and then the second check on the 16th, and then that will get your per diem. So the second check will always be quote unquote your bigger check if you did trips or if you set airport reserve, which most likely you will do either or. You won't not do one or the other. So like the pay is one thing, because I'm being completely honest, when I got this job I was like, okay, this is my ticket out, because I used to live by myself when I was back in hair school, and I enjoyed it. I love living by myself. Like, I love my family, but just having that time and that space to yourself is just like amazing, and you regret when you don't have it. So for me, I missed that, and this was supposed to be like, you know, okay, you're moving out, you're getting your own place again, boom, bada bam. But when I saw what my checks were looking like, it's kind of hard. So I've got to do, like, you know, some adjustments to figure out what I'm going to do and make a plan and stick to it, just so I can be financially ready before I make those big movements in my life, you know. But to be completely honest, the job is super easy. If you have customer service, you like talking to people, it's perfectly fine. Like, to be completely honest, I can add, I'm a nurse to my, not for real, you guys, but I can add a nurse to my resume. I'm a bartender. I'm a babysitter with unaccompanied minors. I'm an adult babysitter, okay, when the alcohol kick in. It's a really cool job. Like, you have your days, though, don't get me wrong, when you have those 5 a.m. start times and you gotta wake up at 3:30 just to get your life together, and 3:30 a.m. might add. And it sucks some days, but then some days it's like, okay, well, what was I gonna do at home anyway? Like, I think about it, like, I sometimes get upset when I'm like, oh, I wanna go home, like, I don't wanna be here. But it's like, if you were at home, what were you gonna do? If you weren't taking clients, what were you gonna do? Be at home and spend money? Or stay at home and stay in the bed all day? Don't get me wrong, I am a homebody, so I would so love that, because as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm about to turn on some Law & Order and eat my food. But to be completely honest, this job is like super easy. Like, and they're not wasting time in training to teach you how to pour a Coke or a glass of wine and pass out Cheez-Its. It's about emergency evacuations and teaching you how to save lives when, you know, some shit hit the fan. So if you're about that life, I say apply. And I'm gonna drop the Instagram page to it's Black Flight Attendants of America. Of course, they accept all races. That's just the name of the Instagram that I follow currently. And then there's another one, Flight Attendants of America. They always post like when companies are hiring. And if you follow me on social media or anything, I sometimes get like different like people that send me links and stuff, and I'll drop those. When I have them, I'll drop them. But just make sure your resume looks the part. Look up interview questions before you go on your interview. And if I'm thinking about it, I might go ahead and just do a video of what it was like to actually get hired for the job. Because you guys, surprisingly, I feel like I was like over prepared, but there's no such thing as over preparing for an interview. I feel like you should be prepared. So, but when I tell you, you know how you're like super freaked out when you go to an interview? I got there and it was nothing like that. Like, it was like, you got this, honey. Like, you knew you had a job before you left. What are the odds? But yeah, and then like with traveling, that was one more thing I wanted to touch on before we in the video. I went to Paris about 2 weeks ago. It was so cool. I only went for a day trip. I had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off. So I left Monday from Detroit, and then I got there on Tuesday. The flight was like 8 hours long. I sat in main cabin with my stepmom on the way there, and then we got Delta One on the way back, and whew, y'all, I slept the whole time on the way back. Like, I think I just told y'all the name of the company I work for, so I mean, hey, it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, Paris was super cool. My advice with traveling, because the benefits are nice, but remember, I work for the regional airlines, so the benefits aren't like perfect. So like, my sister is my travel companion, so I have to wait. Like, I don't necessarily get the schedule I want every single time because Detroit is so senior, so I have to bid for those schedules. And again, I don't necessarily have like commitments I have to make every month, like at home stuff. So like I don't have kids, I don't have a boyfriend or anything like that. So it's like I don't have like legit commitments. I don't care if I miss a birthday party, but like for example, my FC, my favorite cousin, is getting married in January, and that's like a huge thing to me. I had to get the bridal shower off, and then when it gets closer to the wedding in January, I'm gonna go ahead and start bidding to get the 17th off for the wedding, because like this is like a legit thing. Like I can't miss it. I'm in the wedding, aka maid of honor. But that's pretty much it. Traveling, my word of advice for that is pick a good travel companion. My sister works, but she lives in Las Vegas, so I like always go see her out there, or she'll come home. Like she's currently home right now. Right now I'm in Kentucky, but I get home Saturday, so we'll see each other for my mom's birthday. But make friends. I made like a whole bunch of friends in training. Shout out to Q, Alicia, Dahlia, Tanisha, who else? Bilal, Tony, like everybody was like super dope in my class. And if I didn't say your name, I still love you. Rob, okay? I can't wait till he watches this. I love my classmates. It was fun. Make friends, travel with your classmates, travel with your flight attendant friends. Now they all did go to New York and Atlanta, so I don't have any of them with me in Detroit, so we don't fly together, but there's times where we'll end up being at the same hotel at the same layover, so on the same layover, so that's pretty cool too. But it ain't nothing for me to hop on a flight and go see my friends. So that's just my tea on what it's like to be a flight attendant. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me, because I am here to answer some questions, okay? Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Please turn on the bell notifications, because I'm back, you guys, and I'm going to start making videos consistently. I just had to readjust to this lifestyle. It was different for me. I didn't know what it was like, but I'm back, and I'm excited to share my journey with you guys, so stay tuned.